Welcome, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and those who have yet to make up their minds. I am your host, justjack.com, and we welcome you to subscribe to our email list at our website, www.justjack.com. That's just Jack with two S's because one just ain't enough. Now let's get on with the show because today is our midweek message. Excuse me. Our midweek message, and the title this week is Step Into It. Step into it. The energy of today is great, right? The energy, can you feel it? I mean, think about what's been going on today. Can you feel it? Really tap into that feeling of the energy. Stop what you're doing and put your 2 feet on the floor, ground yourself, right? And place your hands palms up to receive. Even if it's only to receive the message tonight, really center yourself and connect yourself with all that is. And feel, right? That's the big word here. Feel that energy. It's a beautiful space to be in. And if you don't feel it right away, Hakuna Matata. You know, we teach actually how to create your own space. So don't lose hope. We've all been in the space of unknowing, the space of brand new. There's actually a teaching from one of those Buddhist monks that says, hold on, let me think of the quote. It says, in the beginner's mind, there are many possibilities. But in the experts, there are few. So basically, it's really good to be brand new on this ride, right? Some of us are brand new, some of us are seasoned. But it's really nice to be in that beginning phase because then the possibilities are open to all. You know, life hasn't came and fear hasn't came and cut down your dreams yet, right? So I remember this one time I was preaching at the church house, and after the service, this lady came up to me and she said, "Oh, Jack, ooh, Jack, I came in here with a heavy heart. And it seems that the Spirit's always got something to say to me, and I never want to listen." And she said, "But Jack, I think you're the perfect vessel to bring the message through. Because even though I didn't want to hear it, I needed that word." So before we get into the word today, can we all just take a deep breath together? Come on, join in. Deep breath in. Inhale the good stuff and exhale. Go ahead. And when you exhale, give your voice a breath. Jehovah Jireh, right? Let's do let's do another one together. Come on. Even if it's just the recording and you're watching it from a recording, take your deep breath. And let it go. And what it really is, well, I like to think of the breath as my friend Ash would say. She would tell me all the time, "Mama, inhale the good shit and exhale the bullshit. You know, let it go. Let it go. All the BS, let it go. Let go of distractions with every breath as you breathe. You know, no one tells you to breathe. But when you can focus on your breathing, things change, right? When you breathe in the good stuff and then you let go of distractions, you let go of fear, shake it off. Shake off that feeling of I'm not enough. Shake off that little voice that says, well, I don't know. Shake off that feeling, that little voice that says, are you sure it's me, God? Whatever you've been carrying, drop it off right here, right now. You don't have to carry it up the mountain with you. Drop that load off, honey. I know how it is. We want to climb that spiritual mountaintop, but we got a book bag full of, oh, I don't know, and oh, send me a sign. Or we got all this baggage filled with, maybe later. I'll start Monday. I know. Tonight, Let's unpack the bag, boo. Let's start with what's going on in the cosmos right now, okay, shall we? Because the message is being recorded on October 15th, 2025, because it's not random that you're hearing this message this week. And if you're hearing it later, that's not random either. So let's get into it, because Pluto, y'all know that little planet, Pluto, the planet of power, right? Pluto, the planet of transformation and truth. Well, little Pluto just went direct. Pluto's not in retrograde anymore, and after months of sitting still, well, how long has Pluto been in retrograde? I think since like May, right? So we have months. Who knows? Depends on which astrology you talk to, right? So if you're feeling like maybe life, maybe your business, maybe your purpose has been on pause, that's why. Pluto don't play around. Okay. When Pluto's retrograde, it's like the universe says, sit down and deal with your stuff. Ooh, honey. All those fears about being seen, that guilt about making money, that voice saying, who am I to lead? Pluto's been helping to drag that out of the shadows, making you look at it head on. You thought you were having a bad month. No, that was just Pluto doing some deep cleaning in your soul. But now it's moving direct. And that means the brakes are off and the power is moving again, Purpose is flowing again. What was buried is rising deep with this new energy. It's kind of like this new energy of, let's see, like, hey girl, we back mama, stuff like that, It's like, yes, okay, we had our pause, we sat with our stuff, we dealt with our crap, now it's time to get back on the train and keep it moving. This is that still small voice that says, you've done your healing, now go do your leading. Enough with the healing stuff. You're good. And while Pluto's pulling you forward, Venus just moved into Libra, which is all about balance and beauty and relationships and flow, right? Which means it's time to stop hustling our purpose and start harmonizing with it. Let your business be beautiful again. Remember when you first started your business and you were excited like that, like when you first went on that date with that boy and you were just so excited, let your business be beautiful again. Let your leadership feel like love again. Let your money come with meaning again. This week's energy comes in like, well, it's like, listen toots. It's time to look good and do good at the same time. You don't got to choose between your soul and your success, boo. You can wear both. You can, just like you can wear flats or high-heeled shoes. And in leadership, it's all about preference, right? I love high-heeled shoes. I mean, I think it's obvious that I like high-heeled shoes because let's face it, I think the air is lighter 6 inches off the ground. But for real, we've all been there, right? Sitting on a dream, saying, Lord, when I feel ready, I'll move. And your soul is like, excuse me. Readiness is a choice, not a feeling. You never feel ready, right? Readiness is a choice, not a feeling. You gotta move. Write that word down. Move, queen. Get out the way. You don't wait for confidence. You create it by stepping in the shoes that already fit your purpose. Let me tell you something. I know some of you. No, I know most of you personally who are listening to this, and you've got so much to give. You're talented, anointed, magnetic, and divine. I'm not saying all of you. I'm not even going to call you out. I'm just going to say it. Some of us, me included, have been sitting on the bench trying to convince ourselves we're not ready for the game yet. Darling, I hate to break it to you, But both of us are on the lineup. The Almighty said, put him in, coach, put him in. It's our turn to play, boo. It's our turn. And notice, I put myself in the same category. You think you're on your own? No, sister. We're all in this together. Because just like you, I got the call too. And maybe here's the truth that you probably don't want to hear. You got the call. Because nobody else could answer it the way you can. You know how when you call somebody and it rings and rings and rings, and then you finally say, let me just call somebody else. Yeah, Source don't do that. When Source calls you, when you get a calling on your life's purpose, that means you're the only one with that voice print, that vision, that vibration. So stop trying to forward the call to somebody else. Oh, Lord, call my cousin. She's better at public speaking. Let me tell you, your cousin may be better at public speaking, but if the Almighty wanted your cousin to speak, the Almighty would have called your cousin. The assignment isn't your cousin's. The assignment belongs to you. It's got your name written all over it. This is what this week's energy is all about, right? Owning your divine power. Own it. The universe has been calling. How many more times will it keep pushing? Ignore. You know what happens when you ignore a divine call? The phone don't stop ringing. It just gets louder and more uncomfortable. And that restlessness you feel, that's the ringtone of your destiny. So let's bring this down to real life in your business. That means you can't hide behind, oh, I'm still building. Building's fine. But at some point, you got to open the doors. Pluto Direct means it's time to launch. Venus in Libra means make it pretty. Sun and Jupiter dancing this week means think big, but keep it aligned. Don't chase every shiny idea. Pick the one that feels like your truth. And don't just post content. Preach your purpose. You know, I'm not big on posting content. As a matter of fact, I hate creating content. I hate when they call me a content creator. I'm creating content right now, but I hate when they call me a content creator. I don't post content. I preach my purpose. And I share my message. And I personally like doing it belly to belly, which is most online entrepreneurs don't like doing that. That's why they do it online, because lots of online entrepreneurs are... what is that word called when they derive their energy from the inside, not the outside? Anyways, what is that word called? That's a good word for this discussion. Introvert, right? They're introverted. I'm an extrovert. Well, actually, I'm an introverted extrovert, but mostly I'm an extrovert. And I let people feel my energy through my movement and my vibration and my body and my voice, right? You guys can let people feel your energy through your captions, through your videos, through every offer. Let them feel you. Always remember, you're not just running a business. You're running an energetic ministry. And this week, something bigger is handing you the mic. All right. Now that we know what's going on in the cosmos, let's talk about what you're going to do with it. Because knowing Pluto went direct don't mean much if you're still sitting in the same chair, scrolling through everybody else's purpose, thinking, oh, I'll start next week. No, boo, that season has passed. This is the week where something powerful is asking, are you going to build what I showed you? Are you going to build what I showed you, or are you going to keep pushing it off to the second coming of Christ? Pluto may be little, but it's not a soft energy. Maybe that's why I'm talking the way I'm talking. When it goes direct, it's like cosmic accountability. Ooh, I like that. It's like cosmic accountability. It brings all your potential up to the surface and says, okay, now what you gonna do with all this? Let's talk about this. Let's you know, I always say you can only sweep stuff under the rug for so long before the rug finally gets pulled up. And now it's up to you to take that inventory, right? What do you want to keep? What do you want to deal with, right? What's going in the, what does Rue call it? The inventory of the mind, right? Take an inventory of the mind. So if you've been feeling that pressure lately, that push to make a move or write your email list or launch the program, change the strategy. That's not anxiety. It's not anxiety. That's alignment trying to break through your comfort zone. You know, some people blame it. They say, oh, I'm so overwhelmed. It's not overwhelmed. It's actually just activation. I said it. You know, it's like the divine has been trying to upgrade your life and you're over here acting like something's missing or broken. Nothing's broken. Move, queen. Move. Move. I'm going to say this with the highest respect. You can't pray for expansion and keep your mission on the back burner. I learned that the hard way. Okay, you can't ask for overflow when you're afraid to be seen, and you can't keep talking about how you're waiting on a sign when the sign's been flashing since before the pandemic. This is the Pluto energy, right? That deep soul confrontation. It's asking, you know what it's really asking? It's asking, do you really want what you say you want? Do you really want this? Because leadership isn't about who talks the loudest. It's about who moves when it's uncomfortable. It's about who keeps showing up when it's not glamorous. So yeah, we're not doing spiritual bypass here. We're not lighting a candle and waiting for someone else to build over our legacy. We're putting feet to faith, right? Strategy to spirit, movement to message. Myself included. You know how long I've been, my brain has been telling my body to open a new group. It's like, you need to do a new group. Your old group, it's fake, it's fizzled out. You need a new, you don't use it anymore, Jack. You need a new group. You need something new, something fresh. And I'm like, oh, well, maybe later. You know, I'm busy over here helping peace education, and I'm busy over here, you know, doing all this. And I'm in my gypsy phase, but I've been in a gypsy phase for a long time. But here's the beauty in this week's Cosmic Mix. By the way, go join our group. We have a brand new group. It's called Spiritual Entrepreneur. And it's something I've been working on for quite some time. And I'm really proud of it. And I can't wait to see where it goes. You know, the possibilities are endless. But while Pluto's saying, go get it. Go get it. Venus is whispering, yes, go get it. But do it with love, right? Don't do it because it's a tick on the tally. Do it because it's your life's work, your life's mission. This isn't that hustle and grind energy, all right? This is about harmony. Venus in Libra is showing us how to make business beautiful again, how to build wealth without losing warmth. How to attract clients, not chase them. And let's be honest, some of us have been grinding so hard we forgot why we started. This week, Venus is asking you to come back to the heart of it all. The service, the joy, the creativity, the peace. Your next level isn't going to come from doing more. It's going to come from being more aligned. And I say this all the time. Business is spiritual. It's the most honest mirror you'll ever face. Your sales reflect your self-belief. Your marketing reflects your message clarity. Your team reflects your leadership energy. So if you want your outer world to shift, you've got to adjust the inner one first. And I'm not talking about think happy thoughts. We've been there, done that. All that toxic positivity mess. No, I mean decide. Write that word down. Decide. Decide that your work matters, because it does. Decide that your gifts are needed, because they are. Decide that your voice carries weight, because it does. And once you decide, let me tell you from experience, once you decide, the universe moves mountains just so things can go your way. Y'all know I don't play when it comes to this part. You can sage the room all you want, but if you're still hiding from your purpose, no amount of Palo Santo is going to fix that. So here's what I want you to do this week, especially my spiritual entrepreneurs. I feel so fake. But we got to do it, you know. There is a part of me that's super real, and I know who I'm talking to when I say my spiritual entrepreneurs, because that's my tribe, right? Even the very first, I think the very first like 15 people that added themselves to my group, I was like, oh, of course you'd be in here. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. You're definitely called to be in this group. So I know I may joke and poke fun because I'm a drag queen and I make fun of everything. But when I say my spiritual entrepreneurs, that's what I really mean. So step 1, write this down in your business binders. If this is your first time learning with me, I highly recommend a 3-ring binder with notebook paper inside so you can take notes. My teacher recommended a notebook moons ago, and I still have all my notes from my business teachers and other teachers that were not in business throughout the years. Anywho, let's write down the first step on the top of our sheet of paper. Write this down. Start your day in spiritual strategy, not survival mode. Okay, spiritual strategy. So that means before you tumble out of bed and stumble to the kitchen, before you even think about pouring yourself a cup of ambition or scrolling through somebody else's social media, ask 3 things. 1, write this down. Oh, divine wisdom, show me what is my assignment today. Show me what is my assignment today. Number 2, show me who I am meant to serve. Who am I meant to serve? And number 3, what energy do I want to carry into everything I touch? When you start your morning from alignment instead of anxiety, your whole world hits differently. I promise you, 10 minutes with your source will save you 10 hours of spinning your wheels. Some of y'all don't need a new business plan. You just need a new morning ritual. So here's some soul work for you, okay? Tomorrow morning, before you touch that phone, open the journal. Sit in the silence. Pray. Speak. Your voice has meaning. There is power in your tongue. Speak. Then listen and write what you hear. Maybe your prayer could be, show me how to fill my calendar, and sit in the quiet. What is that verse? Be still and know that I am God. Sit still. Sit still and then let spirit run your calendar. You'll be shocked at the divine appointments that start popping up. But be still. Sit down. Don't move. Don't speak. Believe me, you've talked enough. Let Source talk to you now. Praying is when you talk to God. Meditation is when you let God talk to you. Meditation means to breathe. Just breathe. Breathe and listen. And breathe and listen some more. I know what it feels like to be hiding behind I'm still preparing. Listen, the cocoon isn't a forever home. Okay? Move. Post a video. Share the story. Launch the program. Tell one person about your business today. Just one. And then tell somebody else. Make it 2. What's that book called? The Compound Effect or something like that. I didn't read it. I just know about it. But that's what it is, right? It compounds. Number 1 turns into 2, 2 turns into 3, 3 turns into 4. You're not waiting on readiness. Readiness is waiting on you. I can hear somebody right now, I know who it is, saying, but Jack, what if they judge me? Listen, Queen, they're going to judge you either way, so you might as well give them something to talk about. They're going to judge you if you sit your ass on the couch, and they're going to judge you if you keep your butt in motion. Sorry, I shouldn't be cussing, because here's the real work. Here's the real work. Show up once this week in your fullness, your whole fullness, all of you. Record, write, speak, whatever form your light likes best. And then you watch how your soul multiplies your courage. You got to have more guts than talent. That's what Dolly says. Build a sacred system. That's number 3. So step 2 was step 1. Sorry, I'm going too crazy here. Let me say my notes. Step 1 was start your day in spiritual strategy, not survival mode. Step 2 was lead with your light publicly. And step 3 is build a sacred system. Write that down. Build a sacred system. I know some of y'all are going to get uncomfortable when I say this, but stop praying for peace while building a business running on chaos. Stop. If your structure doesn't honor your soul, you'll start resenting your own dream. So this week, choose one system to clean up. Maybe it's your client onboarding. Maybe it's your content schedule. Maybe it's your money tracking. Believe me when I say this to you, confusion comes from the dark side. God is a God of order. That's why I encourage you to create a workflow that leaves room for your soul to breathe. Structure is not restriction. Structure is not restriction. Structure is protection for your purpose. And here's a bonus step. You ready? This is the bonus. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do anything I tell you to do. You guys are grown. Pray over your business like it's a ministry. Because it is. You know? And I know ChatGPT is telling lots of people you're in a ministry. Because you are. Your business is your ministry. I know who you guys are. I told you, I know who's listening. Okay, so what? Maybe the little young entrepreneur, he's using ChatGPT to speak for him, and he's saying he's running a ministry. Okay, that's fine. That's one thing. That's fine. 100%. But I'm not talking to that little boy using ChatGPT to speak as him. I'm talking to you who can use ChatGPT, but you speak through it ultimately. This is your ministry. Pray over it. Protect it. Every invoice, every idea, every post. Bless it before you press it. Do I need to say that again? Bless it before you press it. Say something like, may this serve, may this prosper, may this align with my divine assignment. You're not just running a business. You're running a beacon of hope, a beacon of light. And when you treat your work as holy ground, miracles clock in right beside you. And miracles hardly ever clock out. So I want you to pick one of these steps tonight. You don't have to do all 4. Just start with one. Spirit moves through focus, not frenzy. And then next week, when we meet again, I want to hear, Jack, I did it. I picked one, justjack.com. And I want to hear about how your whole week shifted, because it will. That's what happens when you stop talking about alignment and start living it. All right. I'm done. I got to go to the heart doctor. My heart is just pumping up a storm. I'm on this little heart monitor right now, so pray for me, you guys. But I'm on this little heart monitor. Oh, my heart, my little person with the heart things. I'm probably going to think, what is this fool doing? I'm sweating over here. It's raining outside, but I'm here sweating up a storm. I just told the little girl at the school, I had to go to the college earlier. And it was raining. And I said, it's a good thing I didn't draw my eyebrows, because they would have melted off already. But before you go, if you're serious about growing your business, you don't have to do it alone. Join us in the monthly membership. It's only $25, or book your tarot reading with us. It's only $30. Or step into our free group. It's free. The Spiritual Entrepreneur. I'll post the link below this video. But join that group, because that's where we go from inspiration to implementation. It's a brand new group. It's only been open for like, I think this is the first week. It's a brand new group. I've only begun to clear my throat in that group. I haven't even started to sing. But listen, this is not about perfection. This is about permission. Permission to lead, permission to prosper, permission to pivot. You weren't called because you were ready. You were called because you're willing. And I'm telling you right now, this energy we're in, it's a portal. Not some woo-woo gate in the sky. A real life opening. And if you miss it because you're still doubting yourself, you're going to go watch somebody else walk through the door that had your name on it. So don't sit on your calling this week. Move. Even if it's messy, even if it's small, even if it's scary, move. Because once you move, everything will meet you halfway. Every single time. I am justjack.com. And we welcome you to join our free group, The Spiritual Entrepreneur. Come. You belong here. It's no coincidence that you're here listening to this today. There are no coincidences. My friend Sam J. Cortez would always say, my best friend in the entire world, he'd always say there are no coincidences. Only rockets of desire that lead us to our heart's purpose. All right, I'll see you in the group. Much love. Peace out. Bye, Felicia.